Hi, everyone, and welcome to our discussion for today. I have international personal stylist Manal Issa joining us. Very, very excited to be hosting her this afternoon to chat about all things international personal styling. Thank you so much, Manal, for joining us today.
Thank you, Betul. Thank you so much. It's my honor to be here today, and thank you so much for this opportunity. It's always fun and nice to chit chat with you and to get updated with everything. And I like our relationship, how we, wherever we are in the world, we just find time and we communicate and we discuss what's going on from different aspects of styles, trends, what's the new seasons coming up with, and yeah. So
Absolutely, likewise. And I know when we first met, that was one of the common bonds that we had, that desire to really connect no matter where we are. I know we've been supporting one another on our entrepreneurial journeys for some time now. And it truly is a pleasure to be able to actually sit down with you today and talk about that journey,
yeah.
and what it's been like for us as personal stylists, really catering to a clientele who appreciates the insights that we bring to our personal styling, because it does go beyond the fashion, right? In terms of the work that we do. And so I actually wanted to start off by introducing you to everyone. And so I do have some information on you. So you are a highly acclaimed international personal stylist known for your impeccable eye for fashion, which we can see today, and your dedication to your clients all over the world. With your unique ability to understand individual styles, you create stunning, personalized looks, which is key. And it really helps your audience, your clients, really enhance their confidence and their presence wherever they go. And so, what I really love about your insights is that your expertise really spans across different cultures and fashion trends, because you have lived in different places all over the world. And it's really made you a sought after stylist in the global fashion industry. And you definitely have your commitment to excellence, and you've earned that reputation for, transforming your clients' wardrobes and elevating their personal style, which we both know in turn enhances their personal and professional pursuits. And so I know that's a very short summary of all the work that you do, and there's so much more to it. So I would love to introduce you to the audience and really learn a little bit more about your background, kind of what inspired you to get into the personal styling world.
First, Betul, I want to say thank you for this lovely introduction. Honestly, I'm so honored again to for you to see, and you are able to see everything that I've been through and I'm going through, that I do and I give for my business. Yes, as my background, as you said, I come from the Middle East, where it's Lebanon. And what's beautiful about it is, in Lebanon you meet a lot of people, you meet a lot of nationalities that you have to adapt with, you have to understand, you have to take care, and you have to really, the culture works a lot when you meet such different kind of people. So what happened is that I had to, in 2019, I had to move to the States, where I, with my kids, and I started this business because I really wanted to do something I love. And the States always is an opportunity for everyone who is smart and they exactly know what they want to do. So I started looking into schools, and then what's the name of the school? School of Style. So I started
Mhm.
there,
Style Boss Academy. Yeah.
exactly. So I started there, and it was, for me, it was very affordable. The time was amazing. I can work with my own pace. And then when I graduated, I got certified. I didn't know how to do my as a business. I couldn't. You need to have a business background, how to start with your um, business.
Yeah.
So I went into Lauren Messiah, started her Style Boss Academy. The one we graduated, both of us graduated from,
Yeah.
and she actually put us on the right track till we got everything as a business aspect from her. But the beautiful thing about her is that she got us connected as stylists together. like how me
Absolutely.
and you we get connected to each other, and we how we are able to share our experiences. And if we need any help, we just message each other, where we get in touch with each other, and we can figure out how we can help such any client, and we can achieve our purpose of this business we have to our
Yeah.
clients.
Because building that supportive community is huge. And I know that's something that you and I and other industry members that we've worked with really value, that because we understand it's in exchanging those ideas and collaborating that we can better serve our clients wherever they are in the world, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. So when after in the US, it's a little bit different from my style. So started reading a lot how women, how men would like to wear. There's a lot of difference in my culture, or my society, and different cultures. So I really started studying, googling, researching, reading a lot of articles of how each person, or how the diverse of this community in the US also has a lot
Yeah,
of nationalities. So you have to understand that you are in a very modern world, but there's a lot of diversity of culture. So each client has to be served in a different way. You know what I mean? So this
right,
made
right.
me really go into my studies and really understand the cultures. And you start learning how the head points. You try to put points where each culture meets the other, but you have to take in consideration of the others of the
Absolutely. Because everyone is so unique, right? And so, like you said, they might have been raised in one culture, but then every culture they've lived within influences them and their style to a certain
yeah.
degree, right? So, really addressing the broader cultural style needs, but then also their specific needs. And it seems like from your background, having been able to observe and grow up in the Middle East and in different places where you've been able to see those nuances and transitions from one space to the other, that it has shaped the way you approach styling your clients, right?
Yes.
And so,
Well,
what are kind of the key principles or things you look for when you're approaching styling a client, in the sense that how has that experience influenced the way you approach styling your clients?
so I just want to mention that from my background, like I come from, Lebanon. There's a lot of fashion. They're into fashion. The women are very well presented. Even if they're going for a small walk, they are very well dressed. Their hair is done. The first impression is amazing. So they are
Hmm.
always on top of everything. So what also helped me with my business is that I have my brother-in-law. He's a designer and production manager at Zuhair Murad.
Oh,
So
love
also,
Zohair Murad.
yeah, he always helped, and he always gives me tips, and he always says that fashion is beautiful, trends are beautiful, but you have to take in consideration the cultures around you to be
Hmm.
successful. You cannot just bring what you know into one culture, and you cannot just implement what you know in something that is new to you, or something that doesn't work from your own background. For example, when a client comes from the Middle East, you have to really understand the culture she's coming from, the way she wants to be presented. You have to understand the way things, the way um, um, the items she likes to wear, how conservative, how moderate, how much you can excel in presenting her in the new trends. You have to understand. You have to really understand the way she thinks, or else you cannot get her, or you cannot give her your services. She cannot benefit from what you know, from your studies, from what you can give her. So you have to understand their culture, you have to understand the way they think, you have to understand their background, you have to understand their community, you have to understand her concerns. and you try to improve everything for her. You try to improve the concerns she has, but in the same time, you have to be very aware that there's a very thin line you can cross. You know what I'm you
Mhm. So
trying
that's an
trying.
interesting point that you raised because you do have the fashion knowledge, right, in terms of how to dress to enhance someone's image. However, it's you definitely take the time to understand who they are, where they're
Yeah,
going, who they're connecting with, what's going through their mind, what, like you said, what challenges are they facing in terms of how they dress that you can better address for them and help them
yeah,
through that, right? So
yes.
it's not just, okay, this is what you should wear because it looks good on you, but taking all those other factors into consideration, right?
Yes. So, well, this is how it's very tricky. That when you are dealing with clients from the Middle East, it's different from Europe, and it's different from the US. Um, the beautiful thing is about our work is that we have clients that they are very open for different cultures to understand. They really want to explore. Um, they really want to know what we have as stylists, what we can give them, and what how can we change them. In the same time, I don't know how to say it, but they will be very very positive for everything we give them from
Yeah,
our
they're very
knowledge.
receptive and open, right, to that feedback and being open to new ways of dressing.
Yes, exactly. So after when I moved back, now living in South Africa, in West Africa. I live in a country where there's no malls. We are very happy we have the internet to know exactly what's going on out in the world. We don't have malls, but I love their culture. I love the way they dress. But if you see these people here, they are on budget, and the salaries here are not very high. But the ladies here are very well dressed. They are always their hair is done, their clothes are very nice. They are very well dressed. They are very respectful. They have a beautiful culture, even though
Yeah.
they are limited financially. But at the same time, they give you a beautiful first impression. Um, they make sure you have a beautiful first impression of them. They are very well educated women and very well dressed, and they are open for a lot of changes, but at the same time they respect their culture a lot. And this
Wow.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, this is what makes it beautiful, dealing with different culture. They ask me how am I working. Mainly now I'm virtual styling. I do virtual styling,
Mm-hmm.
but when I go down to the market here, I really enjoy how they're dressing, or I really enjoy how they're trying to come up with styles, because in the end it works.
Right.
They are very talented women, and they just want to look very nice, and they just want to give you an amazing first impression.
That's interesting that you mentioned that because a lot of times we look to designer labels and luxury products and we think that if we pile them on, then that is what will make us look good. But as the saying goes, fashion can be bought, but style one must possess. And to
Yes,
be able to possess style, you have to have that keen eye and one, that commitment to dressing up, right? And honoring yourself, like you're saying, is so ingrained in the culture where you are residing now. But also the beauty in the local culture, the textiles they have, the colors they use, and how in wearing that, it's more authentic, right? The representation of themselves and really honoring their cultures. And so, with all of these insights that you have, is there a client specifically or certain clients you've worked with that you feel, it's been so interesting being able to take that cultural experience and insights and knowing the local textiles and all of that, that you've been able to work with them on?
yes. As in West Africa here, I had the chance to work with one of the ladies from the political community. because they have a lot of events, and she has to be well dressed because her she has a high rank, high how do you say it? Her husband is one of the political leaders
Yeah.
here in the country.
And I
So we
just did
have
a post on diplomatic attire as well. So that's a whole other
exactly,
ball game. Yeah.
yes, yes. So uh, honestly, in the beginning, she was trying to just wear what is out there. Like, I want to be like this, I want to be. I had to just give her an idea. When you're with your husband and in such events, you have to take in consideration the protocol of how you have to be presentable, you're wearing your clothes, how you should talk, what's everything, how you have to take in
Yeah.
consideration. So we had to go through everything from A to Z. The most beautiful thing is that we had to do the clothes that she has that I provided were locally made. So I had to go through I had to look for beautiful fabric, very nice prints. I had to do a little bit of studies how they can um, how can she present herself as the wife of this leader, but in the same way she looks very nice, very elegant, very modest, and she in the same time she has a beautiful impression. And she was very glad with this idea. Yeah, we had to work with designers, local designers, and it was a very nice experience, honestly, because you have to study everything. Studying the culture of any country in the world is beautiful because you get a lot of knowledge, a knowledge
And
that
right. And I think a lot of times as personal stylists, people don't realize what's happening behind the scenes. They
um,
think, like you said, we walk into the mall, we like this color, we like that fabric, we put it together. But to your point, what do you do when there are no malls? What do you do when you may not have access to all of those goods like we do here in the States? And so it's interesting, and I'm sure she also felt the difference when she got dressed and she attended those events with your recommendations. Um, but it seems like you're really taking the time to research those cultures where you're living to better assist your clients in the long term, right?
I have to actually. When you have such a job career, you have to be very responsible of what you're giving your client. In the end, she's not a client anymore. She won't be a client. She will be somebody that you are building up a future career for yourself. You're building up your career. You have to have a good experience. You have to have an excellent experience with your client, and you have
Mm-hmm.
to be a very educated, very up to date for with everything. You just cannot give any. You just cannot be. You have to be very knowledgeable of what you're doing. You cannot
Yeah,
just you cannot just be like you will be wearing this and that. No, it's a lot more than that. So
absolutely.
the headpiece means a lot. So we had to work on the headpiece. It has a lot of
Interesting.
meaning. Yeah. The skirt, if it is above the knee, means something. After it would be lower than the knee means something. The color means a lot. You know, each
Yeah,
color has a meaning. So we had to go through all of this. I cannot give her work that she will be ashamed of, or she will be embarrassed of. She has to
right.
have everything perfect. And this is me, and this is you, for sure.
Right. It is something that we, factor in, and it's our job. And as you did with this specific client and others as well, I'm sure it's our job to think about these things so they don't have to, because we
Yeah.
don't want them showing up wearing something where the skirt is too long or too short or the color is off, because what it conveys and communicates is not in alignment with the diplomatic event that, for example, she would be attending. And so
So
a lot of that has to do with your experience and the research you've done, right?
this color thing, it came from you because once me and you were having a small chat, and you mentioned maybe the color red for certain culture means
Yeah,
something, and then I was like, oh, this is a point. We have to look into this. So that will open my eyes for this point, for example. So from there, and we shared together an article. You shared with me an article, so I had to go through.
yes.
Yeah, and from there I started building up a beautiful, very well structured plan for my clients. It's not like a client is not is coming to you or coming to me. They're not just receiving clothes; they're receiving guidance. They're receiving knowledge, know how to dress their body shape.
Yeah.
If they have to the chance to do it themselves, we have to teach them. So I have a friend of mine. He's a therapist. He tells me my patients are not patients; they are therapist trainees, the trainers, because and this is how we treat our clients. We treat them, we train them how to be their own stylists. So that's why behind our career, our job is not just clothes. It's about a lot of information, a lot of work, a lot of research before we give our work to them.
And I love what you're highlighting, that it's our job to guide, to
Yes,
teach, to set them up for style success in the long term. Because I think the misconception is that it's just about one outfit or two outfits for such and such event coming up. But it's really about dressing with intention consistently, right?
yes,
And so that wherever they go, that presence that they're bringing with them is the presence that they want. And they're communicating visually what they want to communicate verbally, right? So that everything in their executive image is in alignment, right?
yes, I agree. I just want to say that I want to highlight something that when you are in a vacation, you have to understand where you're going, what country. Each country means something. You have to have different kind of um, clothes. You have to have different kind of accessories. You can play around with everything, you know. So
Yeah.
also on vacations, you have to understand the culture you're going to. So you cannot just jump like I cannot just come with the same clothes that I am in Spain with.
Right.
So you have to understand the culture of different countries to be able to go and to be feel comfortable. Not you will not feel you will feel weird if you are not dressed properly, even though you are on a
Right.
vacation.
Because you want to be respectful to the local culture. And it's such a good point because dress codes can vary based on culture. So, black tie in New York might be different than black tie in Shanghai. Or elsewhere around the world. And so being able to, whether you're traveling, whether it's a business trip, or you're living in this new culture for an extended period of time, it's really important to have that guidance and knowledge, right?
Yes, yes, it's true. Um, I just um, I just want to say that studying the culture of each country, I think it has is affected by all the businesses. It has to like every business has to know where they're going. This is how me and you deal with things, you know. When
Yeah.
you have a client traveling to a different country and she buys your service as a traveling service, how do you deal with her? You have to understand where she goes, where she's going, what she wants, what she's gonna expect, everything. You have to go through all the points before you have to inform her with everything before you reach there, because she cannot be surprised what she's going to see.
Absolutely. And to your point, we really have to understand the psychology of, that person and what they're going through, what the experiences are, what their itinerary is, right? Or is it more social? Is it vacation? Is it a professional event that they'll be attending? And so from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed, we as personal stylists need to know what they're going through, right? They're on an airplane. We want them to wear fabrics that are wrinkle free when they get off the airplane so that when they go to the meeting, they don't look like a mess, even though they were on a flight all night, for example. And so, again, kind of thinking ahead on their behalf so that they don't have to feel embarrassed or ill prepared in any way. And I
Yes.
think, the insights that you bring to your clients, and I know you have clientele, here in the States, in the Middle East, you work with individuals in Europe, and now you're in Africa. So you're hitting all the major continents, Manal. You're really helping a lot of people around the world to feel confident and prepared, and to respect the local cultures and the events that they're attending. And I
Yes.
know you do a lot of good work on their behalf with your research. And it's always such a pleasure to chat with you because you always have a new story to share. And I know we exchange ideas, and we really connect over that. So it's really important. I want everyone to know how they can reach you, and how they can connect with you if they're interested in your services.
I have my website. It's manalissa.com. I have my services there. They can book a call and we can discuss anything they want. I have my signature services. I have my events. And if you are a bride, we can work with that. Corporate styling, professional styling. So we can do everything. I just want to say that my clients are, I know I work with a lot of kind of clients. There's some stylists that are like specialized for certain kind of stylists, but because I am international, it opened up the opportunity for me to be international, like for moms, new moms, for lawyers, for doctors. So I'm able to work with everything since I'm a virtual stylist. um, what I want to highlight also is that the way I work is very professional. I have as a virtual stylist, I have very, how do you say it? Um,
I know you have a structured
Strategy.
process
Yes, the
and
structured process, how
strategy
we
that you
do
take your
that.
clients through. Hmm.
Exactly, we do that. And then from there, we move forward with everything that the client needs. But exactly, so what I'm trying to say is that through my email, through my website, you can reach for my services, and through my Instagram and my LinkedIn. I have TikTok, but it's not me. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out TikTok.
We're all trying to figure it out.
We are together. So everything, yeah, everything. This is how we can get together.
Great.
We
And
can
so it's
work.
www.manalisa.com,
Yeah.
right? And I will be sure to add your social media handles as well so people can follow you, they can reach you, they can learn from you and your vast experiences. Again, I always love connecting with you and chatting with you. And I want to thank you so much for sharing that with all of us because, again, I don't think a lot of people realize how much those factors influence or should influence the way we dress based on where we are in the world. And I think the
Yes.
study you were citing earlier was entitled What to Wear, Where, right? From the Interchange Institute, and the good work that they do there. So you really did a great job kind of highlighting the importance and value of that and how you apply it to the clients you work with. So thank you so much.
I just want to mention that now I'm coming up with the service of personal styling abroad, where I'll be traveling, and who is interested in personal shopping and styling from a certain country, I will be there. I will be
That's great.
posting about it. Yeah, I will be posting about it, and we can source all the needs, all the clothes that she needs, the lady needs, wherever I am. So this is a new thing I'm gonna be posting soon, and yeah, I already have clients for that. That's why I'm bringing it up.
That's amazing. And it's
Yeah.
huge because then again, they're able to build a wardrobe that's unique, because you have all of these great finds that they may not be able to get from their local mall here in the States or wherever they
And
are.
and I love exploring new. Sorry for the noise. I love exploring new designers, and I give them the chance to excel and give their job all around the world.
That's great. So you're supporting those local designers and small business owners, to really create a great wardrobe for your clients
Yes,
internationally. That's a lot of work, Manal. You're a
yes,
busy lady,
it's
but
fun.
I appreciate you taking the time out to chat today.
Thank
And
you,
I
thank
look
you for this
forward to
opportunity.
more conversations with you and seeing all the good work that you do.
Thank you. Same to you, Batul. And thank you so much for this lovely opportunity and your support. And yeah, we'll stay in touch.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you, love.
Bye.
Bye.